Nagaraj Annaiah, the one-stop shop for all real estate needs. Call 408-805-4653 or log on to nagarajhomes.com.
You're listening to Real Estate Roundup. Real Estate Roundup with Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST on Wally 92.3 FM.
Hello, Bay Area. Happy Sunday. I'm your host, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. Today I'm joined. Today's we're going to talk all about immigration. Because there's a lot of things going around, panicking around the immigration, and there's a lot of fake news also going around the immigration related. So I wanted to get an expert, especially immigration related, so that he can answer any of your questions today. So we are live on a Bali 92.3 and we are live on a YouTube also. If you have any questions, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92, 877 Bali 92. Hello, Shankar Garu. Please welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nagaraj. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, Andy. Gauri Shankar.
Me?
Yeah, Gauri Shankar Chalagundla is an immigration expert. He has his office in Bay Area. He can just give an intro about himself, and then we can start with the anything on the immigration related questions.
Myself, Gauri Shankar Chalagundla. Our law firm name is Chala Law Office PC. Web address is rightvisa.com. We've been helping companies, individuals for the past 18 years. And we are specialized in business immigration, law practice.
Yeah.
Helping companies to file different visas and green cards and for individuals, all kinds of visas, which suits their purpose.
Listeners, we are live on a Bali 92.3 and live on a YouTube also. Myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. I am joined by Gauri Shankar Chalagundla, the immigration expert. So we're going to talk, because there's a lot of fake news spreading on the H-1B and other stuff. So I wanted a right expert to talk about it. That's where the show is all about. If you have anything concerns on the immigration or anything, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92. Gauri Shankar, I would like to start with recently the US government, right, announced a 100K fee on a new H-1B visa petitions. What does that mean for H-1B holders already in the US, especially in high cost housing markets like Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah. So you're talking about the impact, right?
Impact, yeah. Because there was initially they said 100K. There's now new news are going around. Are there any good news right now for the H-1B folks?
Not yet, but at least there is a little bit of hope as there are a lot of lawsuits filed against the government, against the particular rule that brings in 100,000 fee. They yet to come up with legalities for the law, but in the meantime, there are several lawsuits filed, and that is a good news. That is a first step, and a lot of organizations and individuals are fighting this regulation. So what I would suggest to all the visa holders, whoever is looking to get an H-1B, is not to lose hope. I'm pretty sure the courts are going to get in the way and are probably going to rule this ordinance as invalid, or at least they will issue a stay for a little while before the final decision is made. So I would suggest the companies or the individuals to keep continuing whatever they are doing. I mean, in terms of securing a job or finding an H-1B sponsor, or whatever the courses that they're doing or graduating, and not to leave the country. I would say just keep doing what you're doing so that, hopefully there is going to be good news in the next few months, um, you know, in this regard.
But listeners, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah, I'm live today with the Gauri Shankar Chalagundla, the immigration expert, and we are talking all about the H-1B and a lot of immigration related questions. If anything on the immigration related, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92, 877 Bali 92. So if somebody is staying on a F1 and they need to change to the H-1B, as per the current rule, they need to still be paying 100K, or it's only the people coming from other countries, they need to be paying for 100K for H-1B visas.
This applies to anyone who yet to have a H-1B visa, whether they are in the country here or overseas. Um, you know, if they never got a visa before, H-1B visa, those are the people that are affected. So whether they're on F1 or some other visa, trying to get a H-1B for the first time. So those are the people that are going to be affected if this this ordinance will go into effect without courts stopping it.
Okay, but if somebody, I think now is not a season for H-1B filing, right? That's why they're not going to pay 100K right now. But for the 2026, when they're going to file, then this rule kicks in.
This kicks in. I mean, they had to come up with legalities. They also need to publish in a federal register and seek comments from public. And once that process is done, then they'll try to implement that. I think, or if or some other way, if the government or the White House try to force it a different way, we have to see, but usually that is the process. So it'll take a while, at least about 2-3 months, for the whole process to take place.
Got it. Okay. But if
It will
somebody,
be most likely by see all the companies do the H-1B registration sometime in March. So I think by then we'll have some clarity.
got it. Okay. But see, like if somebody is from right now, H-1B is so much concerning. And if somebody loses a job right now on H-1B, what are the alternatives for them?
So if they lose a job, they have about 60 days to find another H-1B, sponsorer, either sponsor or the job, right? So the current regulations allow 60 days for them to get transferred,
Correct.
or to get into another visa, like sometimes as a stopgap measure, they go into B1 visa or B2 visa, or some people who wanted to get back to F1 status, for studying a further degree, or a master's degree or a second master's. So they go into F1. So these 60 days will help them to get into changing their visa status. Some people even if their spouses are already on H-1B, so they want to file their H-4s, as dependents, so on.
Got it. Okay. Listeners, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. I'm live with the Gauri Shankar Chalagundla, the immigration attorney, and we are talking all about the immigration related today in the show. If you have any questions, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92, or you can leave anything, the questions on the YouTube live chat window also. So I'll take it up and discuss with the immigration expert. So what about this O1 visa? If somebody loses their job, can they do it for a file for an O1 visa also, or is too short notice to get an O1 visa in 2 months?
It is a short notice, but I mean, you need at least about 3 months to get ready with the documentation and whatever is necessary for O1 visa, and also, for example, EB-5 visa. I mean, especially if they have money, $1 million, $1,050,000. So so you need at least like 2, 3 months time to prepare for that.
Yeah.
But at least, if not now, see, for this legislation to become effective, I mean, the ordinance to become effective, it'll take some months. So in the meantime, if they think that they're qualified and, or even if they're not 100% qualified, but they're like 80%, 75%, they can reach out to attorneys and figure out, whether they're a good candidate for open visa. Uh,
Okay. O1 is like most probably that's fitting the 3 or 4 criterias, right? Like which
Right.
which
So
they
it's, well, I mean, this is for researchers or extraordinary ability individuals, with PhDs or even without PhDs, and um, if the individual is, very crucial
Mhm.
for the organization or a company, they, without them, without that person, the company cannot function.
Mhm.
They're so crucial. So all those people would qualify. In theory, they would qualify for Woven visa.
Okay.
It can be professors, it can be researchers, it can be executives, or somebody like an architect, important position as an architect. Architect, I mean, software architect, or somebody is a project manager. So all those are crucial positions, so that in theory, they would qualify for O1 visa,
Yeah.
provided they get some support from their current companies or employers, or the universities and whichever the organization they're working for.
Okay. So I got one more mail from one of our client, and he's asking that recently filed for an L1 visa. Okay,
Mhm.
L1 visa extension, but L1 visa he got an RFE. Is it a concern for him getting an RFE for L1 visa?
RFPs are very a normal matter. Nowadays, for the last 1 month, we've been
Mhm.
seeing uptick in RFEs from this administration.
Mhm.
Um, so that is to be expected, and it's pretty normal. So they should not be too concerned about it.
Mhm.
Of course, I mean, it got to be on merits. Even, there can be some stupid questions too in
Mhm.
the queries, but an able attorney can should be able to guide them and try to get that approved. But which is a normal matter, I would
Okay.
say.
And one more client is reaching out and asking me, like, he has his brother in India and he wants to get him through an EB5. Is it a good thing to do an EB5 when they're staying in India, or like, what do you suggestions, or it depends on the case by case?
Um, so it depends on case to case situation.
Mhm.
If they are resourceful and they have money, they can come here on initially B1 visa, and then start the process. I mean, of course, they should get ready while being in India itself. They can get ready with the plan and what are they. What do they want to do? Have a business plan ready and talk to experts here,
Mhm.
immigration lawyer, or also if they're going to go into real estate business, then talk to some people like you, or if they're also seeking some loan, they should be talking to the banker. Besides their investments, I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Uh, so there's several preparations they can make. And definitely what sort of a business that they're going to do, and what are the prospects for the business. You don't want to just invest without knowing any of these, without taking any of these steps.
Okay. Listeners, you're listening to Real Estate Show, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah, and I'm talking to the immigration expert today, attorney Gauri Shankar Chalagundla, and we're discussing a lot of immigration related. If you're not heard about a Real Estate Connect, which is happening on a December 13th, this is where the expert like Gauri Shankar and a lot of attorneys will be there, and even the investors will be there, tax consultant will be there. This is the event where you should not miss out, because you can talk to in person like attorneys, you can talk to the mortgage consultants, you can talk to the all the ADU builders, everything. This is a one place where you can meet all the experts and gain a knowledge of it. If you would like to know how to build your generational wealth, right, then do register for it. Easiest way is go to nagarajhomes.com and register for this event. This is happening at ICC Milipitas on December 13th. So coming back to this, right, like, see, if, for example, one thing we discussed about, if the current H-1B folks are impacted, right, like is that you told like B1, F1, and or the other alternatives, but somebody was saying like you can go and extend for a couple of more months through some asylum or something. Is there any other something alternative, the asylum or other stuffs?
Yeah, asylum, I would not suggest unless there is a great case for that situation.
Mm,
There are a lot of documentation needed and the proof needed. You can probably file a case, but that's not going to get you any, help. I mean, for the time being, you can stay, but that's not going to, if it gets denied, then that is not something that you would want.
mhm,
So I would suggest rather, like a B2 visitor. Our firm helped a lot of individuals, I mean, who would like to stay
mhm,
for a few more months to visit all places. And I mean, especially when they're working here, they would not get time to visit places and all that. So they could use the next 2 or 3 months on B2 to visit places. So that could be one of the reasons for B2 visa. And going back on the previous question, I
mhm,
just want to add, I mean, as an immigration law firm, we could help any individuals in India, or I mean, any investors coming in here, or people who are already here and they have plenty of money,
mhm,
or at least $1 million to spare, and they want to get benefited, obtaining a visa, either EB-5 visa, either through a direct investment or through regional centers, like a big real estate projects, and they can be part of that,
mhm,
and or you know or a direct investment of $1 million, 1,050,000
mhm,
dollars. And if it is a economically backward area, then it is going to be 800,000. So,
mhm,
so we can guide those individuals, or if it is a direct investment, they can start their own company, whether it's in real estate or any other industry,
mhm,
and invest that money and generate 10 full-time employments
mhm.
in the US, about 2 years of timeline when they have the temporary green card, conditional green card.
Okay.
So all these things can be accomplished and they can get a green card based on that.
So since we're talking about the real estate and you're getting through a EB-5 from that, right? Like I have one follow-up question. Like let's say somebody wants to start a startup right now. Okay, and I think they should be investing on the real estate alone, or like if they have a
They
800
can
here.
invest just in real estate. I mean, they can invest in real estate or any other business. So they don't have to do
Mhm.
multiple businesses.
Okay. For example, let's say if they have an 800K or a 800K in rural areas, $1
Mhm.
million dollar 50 in the urban, right? Like Sunnyvale, Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So let's consider two projects. Tell me it's correct or wrong. Like for example, if somebody invests $1 million dollar 50, 1.05 direct investment, basically doing the projects for themselves and doing some preschool. Let's say they can create a preschool or a small businesses and they can show 10 jobs. Will they qualify for it?
No, they do. They do. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, even if you don't talk about the, let's say, real estate itself,
Mm,
just let's say only preschool,
mm.
still it can be accomplished. Uh,
Okay.
as long as that organization, the entity creates a 10 full-time jobs.
Okay. Even this applies to the same thing if somebody wants to do a restaurant businesses also, right? Like if they
Yes.
can show a 10 jobs created from the restaurant, they can still qualify for it. Again, where they're doing it, it matters. That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. Listeners, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah. Today I'm talking to Gauri Shankar, the Chalagundla, the immigration expert. We are discussing a lot of things about the immigration related and educate you because knowledge makes the easiest decisions, you can make better decisions when you're investing in. That is where the show is all about. The show is all about educating so that way you can get good insights what's happening in around because a lot of fake news will really impact because yesterday Gauri Shankar was talking to one of the client and he was telling me Nagaraj, like I heard like they're removing the mortgage for the H-1B itself. No, that was not the right thing. It was the half-baked news what they were sending in. That was only related to FHA loans. FHA loans are like 3 point or 3.5% down. That is only not applicable for H-1B visa holders. Other things all are applicable. So that is why talking to experts like you, experts like me, makes a difference when they're making an investments onto it. And one more thing I have a question on this is like I heard like recently there is like USCIS directly investing coming and checking in the companies. How true is that?
Yeah, it is happening. It is starting. What I would advise is, the individuals, I mean, the H-1B holders or any other visa holders, they should be careful. They should reach out to, immigration attorneys and the companies, especially they are working for those companies. I mean, there are a lot of small companies, consulting companies or engineering companies in Bay Area or elsewhere. They should really reach out to immigration lawyers and see what they can do. How they can help fix their documents, records, and public access files, and speak to their employees. As probably a Zoom call with all of their employees, and so we can help those companies and individuals with all those measures so that you're not in trouble for every single violation that they you know that they come up with on your company or especially companies. There's going to be a lot of fines, and then they can even debar you from sponsoring visas and have a business. It'll destabilize the whole the business that you set up and the success that you had. So for a small fee or some of these measures that you should be taking, you're risking the whole company. So I would advise them to be careful. And we are hearing a lot of investigations now and site visits, but don't fear. But you should do. You should be cautious and do things that are necessary, and fix your records so that you're safe, and even if there's going to be a violation and there's going to be a penalty, it's going to be because you fixed, you're able to do things in a legal way, so there won't be too much of a fine and penalty.
Okay. So we are running out of the time, Shankar. Like if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to connect with you?
Sorry. Yeah. So our telephone number is 408-855-8472, or they can send us an email, gaurisankar@rightvisa.com, GOWRISANKAR @rightvisa.com. And we are here to help.
Okay, so listeners, do reach out to Gauri Shankar on anything on the immigration. He has a lot of knowledge on the immigration and he has helped a lot of my clients and a lot of Bay Area people. So do reach out to him to reach out to him and set up a free consultation with, I don't know, check with him the consultation wise, but he can get some good discounts if you mention my name. Talk to him on that. And if you're not heard about Real Estate Connect event, do register for a Real Estate Connect, which is happening on December 13th. December 13th, it's happening from 10 a.m. p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the ICC Milipitas. At ICC Milipitas, this is where the experts like Gauri Shankar, mortgage consultant, and even the experts like I'll be there, and lot of tax expert, because Shankar, like as you know, real estate is the only vehicle which can help us to build a real wealth, generational wealth.
Yes,
You
yes.
know,
Yeah,
It's-
besides jobs and, the real estate is another, is the important, investment.
Yeah. So if
I
you'd like to know more about this, do register for the Real Estate Connect event happening at ICC Milpitas on December 13th. Go to nagarajhomes.com and register for it. And if you'd like to know more about, as Shankar told, right, like there's a lot of visa alternatives, but you need to plan accordingly. That is what set up a free consultation with Shankar and talk to him and understand on the alternatives on EB5, O1 visa, and EB5 visas and other things also. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day out there. Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you, Nagaraj. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you.
If you are selling your Bay Area home,